What's up, everybody? This is TJ from Just Plain Filthy, and today, it's not about Just Plain Filthy. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, but I'm the man that's been showcasing independent wrestling on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and sometimes on YouTube since 2013, the tail end of 2013, under the name The Indy Movement. I've had a lot of people come and go as part of an admin panel. I've created a good team over the course of a couple years. A lot of them fizzled out, and we're getting right back into the swing of things, rebuilding a great team. We got people from the South, we got people from the West Coast, we got people who are fully immersed in the world of independent wrestling, and I thought it would be a great time to do the first ever YouTube video for the Indy Movement. Now today, something I really like. A lot of you know I like hardcore wrestling. A lot of you know I like technical wrestling and Japanese style wrestling, but above all else, I really enjoy the cruiserweight style, the high flying style. That is why today we are doing top 10 top rope moves. A lot of you might have some problems. Some of the numbers that I put up there, the order, the things I chose, things I've excluded. You can't please everybody, but keep in mind, I'm not going for just the flippy dippy moves like a Phoenix Splash Cutter or this guy who does two moonsaults but weighs 100 pounds. No, I'm looking for effectiveness, the way it looks, the way it's presented, and overall, the track record of the move. How many times did they land it clean? So many things go into this, so please keep that in mind going forward. I have a lot of great ones. Some of them you might not know. Some of them you might have completely forgotten about. But it's going to be a wild ride, and I can't wait. So let's get started. Now, number 10 is probably going to be the one that gets people to go, who? What? But it's the one of the people on the list that I've watched the longest. Sexxxy Eddy. Sexxxy Eddy's been doing this since 1998. Doing hardcore death matches all over the US and Canada, primarily in Canada, but he's went on to face and have classics against so many people that we know and love today. El Generico, same. Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens, Luke Fisto, so many. And if you want to get into the deathmatch category, the list becomes even longer. But he's a fan favorite, and he has this move that he busts out called Total Sexxxy. The reason why it's not higher up on the list is a lot of the time it just doesn't get stuck like it should. But the inventiveness that's behind it, the way it looks, the effectiveness, all of them top notch. And he gets really creative with it. In the clip I'm about to show you guys, he has his opponent stuffed in a trash can. And he hits that for just added effect. And in this instance, he actually sticks it very well. And I feel like if you would continuously hit it very well, it would probably be like 7 or 6, possibly even 5. But it's a great move nonetheless. Check it out. Number 10, Total Sexxxy. Number 9. This one might be a man who is the most well-traveled out of this whole list. He's been on MTV for wrestling. He's been on WWE programming for wrestling. He's been on Lucha Underground. He's been killing it in the indies. And he's even been in a video game, the Backyard Wrestling video game from back in the day. It's M-Dog Macross. It's number 9. M-Dog Matt Cross is one hell of a high flyer, and so many of his moves could go to that top rope position and make this list. He had an awesome like Phoenix elbow drop, which looked a little sloppy but was kind of cool. But when it comes to top rope moves and making this list, I gotta go with the M-Dog Matt Cross shooting star press. Possibly my favorite shooting star press in the game, but we're not doing WWE because fuck that. M-Dog Matt Cross has one hell of a shooting star press, and consecutively it is clean after clean after clean, and barely does he ever have to hit more than one in a match. The effectiveness for he's a very well-built man. He's not a twig. So flying off the top rope and just nailing that shooting star press, it makes sense that it would put his opponents away. Of course it does. So number 9 in this list is M-Dog Matt Cross with the shooting star press.
Look at that! Going up once again! Shooting star!
Oh! Cross quickly, back up to the top. Shooting star press 1.
Number 8. This is a move that you've been seeing a lot more in the last couple years, because originally it was only seen on the indies, and very, very few people knew about it. But over the last couple years, AEW has brought it to the spotlight. Darby Allin has a way of doing things. No unnecessary flips, no twists, no turns. Just throwing his body at his opponents. It's effective. It's not pretty, but it's effective. And that is why number 8 belongs to the coffin drop. Number 7. This man has been in the WWE, has appeared on AEW, has went to New Japan, has traveled the world at such a young age. Literally everything he does is just a chef's kiss. Dark side of his gimmick, the more showboaty, hip-hop influenced side of his gimmick. I'm talking about Lio Rush. And every time I see Lio Rush, I wait for one move. A move that never looks bad. I'm talking about his frog splash. Lio Rush's frog splash is second to none. Only thing that's preventing this from being higher up in the list is the weight behind it. Having like a guy who's 100 pounds just on top of you isn't too believable. But man, is it pretty, and man, is it always hit perfectly. So number 7 belongs to Lio Rush and his frog splash.
Let's go!
Lio Rush puts them for the game changer ring! Sky high frog splash!
Number 6 on the list might be the most well-known one on the list. This man has been doing this move for so many years, about a decade now. And I think he's only flubbed it like twice. It's impactful. Now that he's put on the muscle mass, it's believable. It's always perfectly done. Like 98% of the time, it's perfectly done. He's done in Dragon Gate, he's done in WWE, and now you see him doing it on AEW. I gotta give number 6 to Pac and his Black Arrow. It's a thing of beauty. Okay, so number 5, it's time to get obscure again. You might have seen small stints on Wrestling Society X or World X Cup and TNA. If you're like me and you just loved Dragon Gate Pro Wrestling, you probably saw him there. But number 5, I gotta give it to Masato Yoshino. And this is the only entrant in this whole list where his opponents are not laying down, because this is Masato Yoshino's drop kick from the top. Thing of beauty. You can almost hear a fucking gunshot, little gun cock kick, and the guy is out. Good night. I never get tired of seeing this move. Hopefully you guys appreciate it as much as I do. Number 5, Masato Yoshino, missile drop kick.
It awaits him. The most beautiful missile drop kick in the business.
Number 4 has been everywhere. Done stints in Ring of Honor, in CZW, in Impact, in WWE, in MLW. I'm sure it's even been in Japan, don't quote me on that. But this move, at this point in time, pretty legendary. The man behind the move, equally as legendary. And like the other moves that ranked beforehand as though it's so good, all we're missing is that weight behind it to make it truly believable. But the way he throws this is better than everybody else. Move over Finn Balor, move over Tommy End, move over like 420 something indie guys. Low-key does it best, and Low-key throws that double stomp better than anybody. That's why Low-key gets number 4.
Oh, wait a minute!
God.
No! Oh, he gets him off! Oh! Double!
Lost his balance, key right to the top. Immediately nails the
So I lied. As I said, all the other ones before were a little obscure. Number 3 is the most obscure, probably besides me and maybe 5 other people. I don't think anybody knows this man or his move. But I love it so much that it made the top 3, baby! So many people can do a moonsault or a 450 or a shooting star press. How many people can get you to revisit a simple elbow drop? So many times I've watched this guy's matches and then just had to rewind, watch it again, rewind, watch it again. I watched the finish 5 times before I end the match. And that is why number 3 belongs to Eddie Smooth. And that elbow drop. Oh, so good.
What it's looking like. And David Starr still. Hey, oh, what is nursing that
What? He
injury?
just put sunglasses on! And the photo finish off of the top! Look at that arrogant cover, but he got him!
Now, number 2 on the list, you might think other people do it better. Other people did this before. No. This one does not get the respect that it deserves. And time again, he busts it out. And time again, it is perfect. Jack Evans and his 630 splash never disappoint. Does he overshoot it sometimes? Sure. But 90% of the time, he hits his mark, and 90% of the time, splat goes his opponent. Flipping in the air, bam, like a fucking bomb dropped on him. Ugh. I can rewatch Jack Evans' 630 splash all day. And you might think, yeah, this indie darling over here does it better. This one over here does it better. Ricochet is so good, he does it better. You are wrong. Jack Evans does it better. Jack Evans will always do it better. And number 2 belongs to that sweet, sweet 630.
Evans gonna try and clear the cobweb. Oh, you're not kidding. The top, what's he gonna do? Whatever the hell he wants. Jack Evans, watch out!
It's time for number one. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking my number one is just going to be trolling for the sake of trolling, because I've said everybody can do a flip, everybody can do this, and everybody can do that, but it has to be realistic. It has to be effective. So don't think I'm choosing this just because I said those before and I'm not legitimately a huge fan of this move. It was already bizarre to have an elbow drop in the top three. And nowhere on this list have you seen like a Phoenix Splash or a double moonsault or any of those wild things. But number one spot's not going to be that either. I said earlier I like high flying up top rope moves. I said earlier I like Japanese wrestling. So it's only fitting for my number one to be the man himself, Dick Togo, and his beautiful, perfect, effective, real hard-hitting back senton. I have nothing else to say. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you check out the Indy Movement on all of our social media. You can find us on justplainfilthy.com. We have a little tab at the top. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook at the Indy Movement, INDY Movement. And you can check us out on our Twitter. Please help us grow it back. It got taken down 2 years ago, and we never recovered. You can check us out at Indy Movement _. So thank you for watching and have a great day.